What's up everyone? Okay, so I literally just found out something insane that I need to share with you guys right now. You know those Vogue Korea photos of Jimin that broke the internet? The ones where everyone's calling him a living doll, and basically losing their minds over how perfect he looks. Well, a makeup artist who worked on that shoot just spilled all the tea. And guys, what she revealed is not what you'd expect. I'm talking secrets, techniques, and some behind-the-scenes moments that will make you love Jimin even more. So buckle up, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and let's dive into the secrets behind Jimin's living doll visual. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Alright, so first things first. Who is this makeup artist, and why should we care about what she says? So this makeup artist, let's call her K because she chose to keep her full name private for professional reasons, is not just some random person, okay? This woman has been in the Korean beauty and fashion industry for years. We're talking someone who's worked with literally all the biggest names, from K-drama actresses to top models to idol groups. She's done makeup for magazine covers, fashion week shows, luxury brand campaigns, you name it. She's done it. And here's the thing that makes her credibility even stronger. She's known in the industry for being brutally honest and having incredibly high standards. She's not the type to give fake compliments or exaggerate things for clout. So when she goes on record saying that working with Jimin was a completely different experience from anything she's done before, and when she reveals these secrets about his visual, yeah, we need to pay attention. K has worked with Vogue Korea multiple times. She's familiar with the publication's aesthetic, she knows what they want, and she's delivered amazing results consistently. But according to her, this Jimin shoot was special in ways that even surprised her as a seasoned professional. And guys, what she revealed is going to blow your mind because it completely changes how we think about those living doll photos. Okay, here comes the bombshell that literally made my jaw drop when I first read about it. Ready? K said that Jimin's living doll visual that everyone's obsessing over, it required far less makeup than you would ever imagine. I know. When I first heard this, I was like, wait, what? Because we see those photos and they look so flawless, so perfect, like they must have used every product in existence, right? Wrong. K explained that when she first met Jimin on the day of the shoot, she had prepared this whole arsenal of products. We're talking heavy-duty foundation, intense contouring kits, multiple layers of concealer, elaborate eyeshadow palettes, basically everything you'd expect for a high-fashion editorial shoot with 7 different concepts. She was ready to go all out because that's what you normally need to create that level of perfection in photos. But then, and this is where it gets crazy, when she actually saw Jimin's skin in person under natural light, she realized she needed to completely change her approach. His skin was so smooth, so even-toned, with such a perfect texture that using heavy makeup would actually be doing a disservice. Can you believe that? A professional makeup artist with years of experience, ready to use all her tricks and techniques, but Jimin's natural skin was already so good that she had to scale back. K said this is extremely rare, even among professional models who spend thousands of dollars on skin treatments and procedures. Most of the time, makeup artists have to work hard to create the illusion of perfect skin, using pore-blurring primers, high-coverage foundations, color correctors, the works. But with Jimin, she only used light coverage foundation, minimal concealer in areas that technically needed it for HD photography, and a very thin layer of translucent powder. That's IT. Now I know what you're all thinking. How? How does Jimin have skin that perfect? Well, K actually got to have casual conversations with Jimin during the makeup sessions, and she found out something really important. Jimin is serious about his skincare routine, and I don't mean like, oh, I wash my face sometimes serious. I mean dedicated, consistent, scientific serious. According to K, Jimin told her that he doesn't just follow trendy skincare products or random recommendations. He actually understands what his skin needs and builds his routine around that. He's consistent with double cleansing, which for those who don't know, means using an oil-based cleanser first to remove makeup and sunscreen, then a water-based cleanser to clean the skin. He uses essences and serums that are specifically chosen for his skin type and concerns, not just whatever is popular at the moment. And here's something that K really emphasized. Jimin never skips sunscreen, even when he's indoors. Guys, this is so important and so many people skip this step. UV rays can penetrate through windows, and they cause premature aging and skin damage. The fact that Jimin is this diligent about sun protection shows how seriously he takes skincare. But it's not just about products. Kay mentioned that Jimin also talked about staying hydrated by drinking plenty of water and making sure he gets adequate rest. And this is where I want to pause for a second because this is so real. We can use all the expensive serums in the world, but if we're not drinking water, not sleeping enough, eating poorly, being super stressed, our skin is going to show it. Jimin understands that skincare isn't just what you put on your skin. It's also about how you treat your body overall. Kay said this level of dedication to skincare is something everyone who works in front of camera should have, but sadly not everyone actually does it consistently. Some people rely too much on makeup to fix skin issues instead of addressing the root cause. But Jimin, he's put in the work, and it shows. Alright, now let's get into the juicy details about the actual makeup techniques Kay used. For all my makeup lovers out there, pay close attention because Kay shared some gold. So Kay's philosophy for this shoot was less is more, but strategic is key. What does that mean? Well, while the base makeup was kept super minimal as we discussed, she was very strategic about where to add emphasis and dimension. For the eyes, Kay used a more elaborate technique. She created this beautiful depth using neutral-toned eyeshadows that complemented Jimin's undertones. But here's the trick. She focused heavily on creating super smooth transitions between colors. No harsh lines, just seamless blending that created dimension without looking overdone. Now, eyeliner is where things get really interesting. Kay said this was the trickiest part because she wanted to create that doll-like eyes effect without making it look theatrical or costume-y. So what did she do? She used a technique called TIGHT-lining. For those who don't know, tight lining is when you apply eyeliner super close to the lash line, like literally in between the lashes. This creates the illusion that the lashes are super thick naturally without having an obvious line of eyeliner. It's subtle but so effective. For some of the more dramatic looks, Kay added a subtle wing, but, and this is important, it wasn't those super long, super sharp Instagram wings. It was just enough to give a lift to the eye and create a more mysterious vibe. The goal was always to enhance, not to completely transform. Let's talk about lips. Kay revealed that Jimin's lip shape is naturally ideal for photography, perfectly balanced between upper and lower lip, with a clear cupid's bow that's not too pronounced. For the 7 different covers, she created different moods using different techniques. Some looks were super natural with just lip balm and subtle tint. Others used matte nude lipstick for an elegant vibe. And some used glossy finishes for a fresh, youthful look. But here's what's fascinating. Kay never overdrew or underdrew Jimin's lips because the natural shape was already perfect for photos. Now we're getting into Kay's real expertise, highlighting and contouring. And guys, this part is so interesting because it shows the difference between amateur makeup and professional editorial makeup. So, Jimin already has very defined facial features naturally, right? High cheekbones, sharp jawline, perfectly proportioned nose, the works. But Kay still used subtle highlighting and contouring to make sure all these features read perfectly on camera. The key word here is subtle. Kay explained that she didn't use those dark, cool-toned contour products that you see in a lot of Instagram makeup tutorials. Why? Because those can look muddy and artificial in high-definition photography. Instead, she used a shade that was only slightly darker than Jimin's natural skin tone, and she applied it with a very fluffy brush for a seamless, natural result. The goal wasn't to create shadows that don't exist, but to enhance the shadows that are already there naturally. For highlighter, Kay avoided anything too shimmery or glittery because that can look fake in HD photos. Instead, she chose a highlighter with a satin or pearl finish that gives that natural glow, like healthy, well-moisturized skin. She applied it on the high points of the face, top of the cheekbones, bridge of the nose, cupid's bow, and a little bit on the inner corners of the eyes to brighten them up. The result? That lit from within glow that looks completely natural. And here's something that really shows Kay's expertise. She worked very closely with the lighting director on set, because makeup and lighting work together to create the final look in photos. Sometimes they adjusted the lighting to work better with the makeup, and sometimes Kay tweaked the makeup to work better with the lighting. This kind of collaboration is what separates good photo shoots from great photo shoots. Okay, This next part literally made my heart melt. Kay revealed that Jimin was super involved in the makeup process, and I don't mean in a demanding or controlling way. I mean he genuinely wanted to understand what was being done and why. Jimin asked questions about the products being used, wanted to know the reasoning behind certain techniques, and even gave input based on his own extensive experience with stage makeup and camera makeup. Kay said this kind of collaboration was so refreshing because usually, celebrities or models just sit there silently and let the makeup artist work without much communication. But wait, it gets better. There was this one moment that Kay shared that shows Jimin's character so beautifully. In the middle of the shoot, during a makeup touch-up for a different concept, Jimin asked if there was a way to make the makeup last longer without looking cakey. Why did he ask this? Because he was aware that the shoot would go on for hours, and he didn't want the team to have to do touch-ups too frequently. Guys, do you understand how considerate that is? He was thinking about making the crew's job easier. Kay said this is so rare in the industry, where many celebrities are only focused on the final result for themselves without thinking about the effort from the people behind the scenes. This just shows how Jimin treats everyone with respect and thinks about others. Now here's something that Kay emphasized that I think is so important. Perfect makeup is only part of the equation. The way Jimin controlled his facial expressions, the way he used his eyes to communicate with the camera, the way he positioned his face relative to the light source, all of that contributed to creating that living doll effect. Kay mentioned that in some photos, Jimin used this technique called squinching. Do you guys know what that is? It's when you slightly squint the lower part of your eyes while keeping the upper part wide open. This creates a look that's intense but still approachable. This technique is usually taught in professional modeling schools and takes years to master, but Jimin does it naturally. This comes from his years of experience as a performer, knowing how to work the camera. Kay also said that Jimin has this incredible ability to change his entire aura just with his expression. In one shot he could look soft and dreamy, in the next he could look fierce and mysterious, and in another he could look playful and cute. And all of this was done with subtle changes in his eyes, the slight tilt of his head, the relaxation or tension in his facial muscles. This is skill, guys. This is what separates good photos from iconic photos. Now I know a lot of you are dying to know. What products did Kay actually use? Well, she couldn't reveal everything because of professional relationships with brands, but she did give us some hints. The foundation was a hybrid formula between skincare and makeup, with high SPF and moisturizing ingredients. So it's not just sitting on the skin, it's actually treating the skin while you wear it. The concealer was a creamy formula that doesn't settle into fine lines, super important for long photo shoots. The eyeshadow palette had buttery texture with high pigmentation but easy to blend, no patchy, chalky shadows here. The eyeliner was a gel formula that's waterproof but not too stiff, so it can still be smudged if needed for softer looks. And Kay really emphasized the importance of setting spray. Not just to make makeup last longer, but to melt all the layers of makeup together with the skin, so it doesn't look like a mask. She used a setting spray with a fine mist, sprayed from a distance, and let it settle naturally without disturbing the makeup underneath. The result? A finish that looks natural but still polished. One more thing about products. Kay mentioned that with Jimin's blonde hair for the shoot, she had to be careful with makeup color choices. The makeup couldn't be too harsh, or it would clash with the lighter hair, but it also couldn't be too soft or it would wash out in photos. And the eyebrows? She used a combination of eyebrow pencil and powder to create brows that looked natural but defined, matching the hair color without looking fake. Here's where Kay's statement becomes even more powerful. She compared working with Jimin to working with other models and celebrities. She said that while many celebrities have teams for skincare treatments and procedures, not all of them are consistent with their routines or lifestyle choices that support healthy skin. Some rely too much on expensive treatments to fix damage instead of preventing it in the first place. But Jimin, he clearly makes healthy skin a priority not just for professional reasons, but as part of his overall well-being. Kay could see this in how his skin responded to makeup, how the makeup lasted throughout the long shooting day, and how his skin still looked good even after removing makeup at the end of the day. This is such an important point because it shows that what we see in those stunning photos isn't just luck or good genes. It's the result of consistent effort, discipline, and taking care of yourself. Jimin doesn't just wake up looking like a living doll. He works for it through his skincare routine, healthy habits, and professional approach to his work. At the end of her interview, Kay gave some advice for fans who want to achieve a similar look to Jimin's living doll visual, and honestly, this advice is gold. First and most important, invest in skincare. Good makeup can only enhance what's already there. It can't create something from nothing. If you want that flawless base like Jimin, you need to take care of your skin consistently. That means proper cleansing, moisturizing, sun protection, and a healthy lifestyle. Second, understand your own face structure and what works for you. Don't just blindly copy techniques that work for other people. Jimin's makeup works for him because it's designed for his specific features and skin tone. You need to figure out what works for your unique features. Third, practice and experiment. Don't be afraid to try different techniques to find what feels most comfortable and natural for you. Makeup is supposed to be fun and empowering, not stressful. And finally, and I think this is the most important one, remember that makeup is a tool to enhance, not to completely transform. And confidence is the best accessory anyone can wear. You can have the most perfect makeup in the world, but if you're not comfortable and confident, it won't look right. So guys, after hearing all of this from Kay, we now have a completely new perspective on those viral, living doll photos of Jimin, right? It's not just about having a professional makeup artist. It's not just about expensive products or complex techniques. It's a combination of so many factors. It's about Jimin's natural features that he was blessed with, yes, but more importantly, it's about the hard work he puts into maintaining his skin health through consistent skincare and healthy lifestyle. It's about his professionalism and understanding of how makeup and photography work together. It's about his ability to collaborate with the team and his consideration for everyone involved. It's about his years of experience as a performer that taught him how to work with cameras and lighting. And it's about the skill of professionals like Kay, who know how to enhance natural beauty without overdoing it. This whole revelation just makes me appreciate Jimin even more. Because it shows that the perfection we see isn't just surface level. It's backed up by dedication, discipline, respect for the craft, and respect for the people he works with. That's what makes someone truly beautiful, not just their physical appearance, but their character and work ethic. If you're excited to see the final results in Vogue Korea's February edition dropping on January 26th, drop a comment below. Tell me which aspect of Kay's revelation surprised you the most. Was it the minimal makeup, the skincare dedication, Jimin's involvement in the process, or his consideration for the crew? I want to hear your thoughts. And if you learned something new about makeup techniques or skincare from this video, let me know. Should I do more videos breaking down celebrity makeup and beauty secrets? Would you want a tutorial trying to recreate Jimin's living doll look? Tell me in the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel for more exclusive content about BTS and Jimin, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Share this with your army friends who are also obsessed with Jimin's visuals. And remember, take care of your skin, be kind to people, and let your inner beauty shine through. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!